Hey y'all, I'm Wilson. I am back here working with this hood again, so I figured I'm gonna get a couple more videos on it. Yesterday I got all the framework built here, and I thought on the last video I did, I thought I had an issue. I thought I had a problem when I was putting these top ribs in on the front. I had to push them back, and it didn't seem like it wanted to pull in just right. And I thought there might be something cut wrong, but actually what it was is my plywood is got just a little warp to it. So when I tried to put it together, I had to pull that. But when I put my screws in it and pulled it all together, everything come out nice and square and straight like it was supposed to. I done checked everything out. Everything's good to go. So it was just me kind of overthinking it there. But anyway, I got that. I am fixing to do my corner ribs. So I'm going to do a little video on how I do that. I think I've already done a video somewhere out there with me doing the corner ribs, but I'm going to do another one just for the hell of it. This is a whole different hood anyway. I got to do the corner ribs, and I got to put the skin on the front. I use 1/4" MDF for my skins. It doesn't bend that well. You generally have to put a pre-bend in it to get it to bend on there. So what I do, I've got it all clamped up here. If I was in my shop, I'd put some ratchet straps on it. That's what I normally do. It's a lot easier with that. Put some ratchet straps on it, and then I take it and sit it out in the sun. That sun really helps it to take that bend. But right in here, all I had was these clamps, so I got them worked on here. It would be better to put a board on that. A lot of times I will dado a board and put it on the end, so when I put my straps on there, it doesn't booger up the edges. But I was real careful with this, and it's doing all right. It's going to be fine. The edges are going to be kind of hidden anyway. I've got to trim some of that off. But the way I found my height for that, in case you're interested, I took my little 1/4" stick right here that I used to make the curve with in the first place, and I stuck it on the front and got a mark, gave myself a little extra so I've got something to play with, and that's how I got my height. I held it in there tight to that curve and got my height, and I will end up trimming off whatever's extra. But I'm gonna stick y'all up here on my little custom camera stand for a minute. And it is god awful hot today. I am pouring sweat. So y'all just bear with me here. Alright, like I say, I've got the front, I've got the sides. I need to get my corner ribs now. When you're doing the front, what you want to do, or any of it, all of it, what you want to do is you want to check, especially on the front where you've got all these. Take you something flat, take you something nice and flat, hold it up against there, swipe it down, make sure it contacts all the ribs, make sure you've got one nice smooth curve, and you'll be good to go. Now to do my corner ribs, I have no clue how to measure them out. I've got to mark them. So this is what I do. I'm taking a wide board, and I've got it already laid out where everything goes. And I've got this in place right now. Let me make sure. And I'm going to tack nail it. There's like 3 nails in there. These are the little 23 gauge nails. They're real easy to pull out. I'm using these instead of screws because this is 1/2" plywood. If you keep trying to stick screws in it, it's going to move and likely to split. So I'll stick these in there, and they're easy. I can pull them right out of there. Now, this is kind of important. I've got my line where it lines up. I need to make sure that this side stays right on the corner, because like I was saying yesterday, this is going to be 2 pieces of 1/2" sandwiched on the corner, and it's both gonna have a bevel, so they have that 45-degree corner. And I need to make sure everything is nice and square on this hood, so I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check before I nail that bottom off and tack it in place, because when I draw this, I want to make sure everything is square the way it's supposed to be. And everything is really pretty much there. And I'm just gonna tack that in place. Make sure everything's still good and square. Now you got to realize though, this is going to have a little bit of flex to it because you don't have the skins on there yet. When you get the skin, that will really hold it in place square, but you want to make sure it's good to get everything marked. Alright, making sure I'm on my line where I need to be. That just does fit in there, but that's dead where I need it to be. Alright, now, as far as marking this thing, that's what I had right here. This is my little specialty tool. I've got just a little pencil tack nailed on there with some of those little 23 gauge nails. And I'm going to take it. I don't know if I've got that where y'all can see it or not. I hope so. But I'm going to take it. I'm going to put that on here. And that's what I'm going to draw that curve out with. I've got to come down. And it's kind of tricky. This is the tricky part because you've got to come down. You've got to keep it straight and keep it pushed to that side enough to get you a nice smooth mark. You don't want your mark all wobbly because then you can't hardly see it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and mark this real quick. Alright, and that is my mark right there. Sometimes it's easier on the upstroke because that actually pushes, when you're going up, it's pushing it itself. When I'm coming down, I have to push into it. When I'm going up, it kind of pushes it off. So you just got to make sure you're straight. Sometimes I have had to take it loose, sand my line out, redo it. I've had to redo it a couple times because I wobbled. It happens, but once you've done it a couple times, you'll get used to it and you'll just get that flow going. That's it. I've got to cut that out take it to the edge sander and sand it nice and smooth. And that's going to be my jig to make my ribs. I'm going to do it just like I did these ribs. I'm going to take the router and cut it out, but then I have to put a bevel on them. So I need 4 ribs to be beveled on opposite sides to go in those corners. All right, I'm fixing to get off here. Woo, I am sweating to death over here, I tell you what. But that's what we got. That's the curve. I've got a cut on that. It would be nice if you could use the front and the side ribs for the corners, but it does not work out that way. Just looking at it, you would think that you could, but no. It comes out totally different. It does not work that way. You have to mark a completely separate corner rib. Like I say, that's my jig for that. So I'm going to cut that out. By that time, my pieces right there will have set long enough that I'll be able to get those on here. And I will have my first part all put together here shortly. So I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed. I need all the subscribers I can. I need all the comments, all the subscribers I can get. I'm damn sputtering over my words here, y'all. I'm sorry, but I need all that. I'm trying to see how far I can go with these videos. But it's one of them things. You know how it is. I'm going to get on out of here because I am stuttering, stumbling, mumbling, all that good shit. I'm going to get some work done, and I'll get on here with another video. So I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one.